Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. I'm getting a head start on the week, so I'm recording this on Saturday because I am away for the weekend, the end of the week, the coming week. So I thought I'd better get cracking and prepare myself for being away for a couple of days. So let's get into pulling the prompts for today's challenge and see what we're going to play with. Hopefully we get some good prompts today. I'm in the mood for something fun and just a little bit different, so we'll see. It's random, so I can't just order up my preferred options, can I now? Because that would be cheating. Okay, let's go this one. So first up we have scrapbook paper. So using scrapbook paper in our make today. It's good I've got some handy, so off to a good start. I don't think we've had the scrapbook paper prompt very often actually, so nice to have something different. So meeting my desires perhaps a little bit. Okay, let's go that one. Clash. Ooh, haven't had that for a while. That sounds fun and different, so not unhappy so far with our prompts. And our third creative prompt is going to be what, I wonder? Actually, this is not the creative one. This is the alternate make. I've got these round the wrong way. So we'll go ahead and pull this one anyway. Doesn't matter. So the alternate make, if you don't want to make a faux playing card, is going to be this one. A rectangle shaped pocket. Okay. Nothing too drastic there. And our third creative prompt this time with this set. Give them a good shuffle because there's a few more cards in this pile. And that one is something wet. Ooh, okay, something wet. So I wouldn't suggest putting water on your, well, for one, it's going to be dry, it's going to, yeah. So probably I would go with an image of something wet or something that portrays something wet. Like, think outside the box. You could use like gems or something that are shiny that might give the impression of water droplets, or you could draw water droplets on there. That sort of thing, or you can find an image of something that's wet. So just a couple of ideas for you there on that prompt. Okay, our faux playing card is going to be whatever top one is. 3 of spades. Awesome. Okay, so got my card at the ready. Cat food box is what I use. And I've pre-chosen my stencil. Now, I did not know we were getting the something wet prompt, but I had chosen out the teardrop stencil, and this is from Ranger by Dilutions, or Dilutions by Ranger. I don't know which way around to say that, but I had chosen green and yellow to stencil in, but because we've got the prompt something wet, I'm now actually thinking of changing my colour to blue. Because why not? So maybe we'll go Lost Lagoon. Sorry about the crinkle, just getting my brush out. I'll put the other brushes and the stamp pads back in the drawer since we're not using them. I'm kind of wondering, do I want to do two-tone blue? Could perhaps use manganese blue as well. We'll start with that, I think. So, as per usual, I usually stencil the back. You don't have to. You could do anything you want on the back. Okay, so that's enough of that one. Now we'll go in with this. And I haven't cleaned off the brush or anything, so they're going to cross-contaminate, which I'm happy with. You know, it doesn't worry me because they're in the same kind of colour vein. I am pretty much covering the whole thing with the stencil. Pretty. I'm glad I went with the two different blues. Very happy with that. Okay. So let's do our 3 of spades. So I'll grab out my 3 here and do that first with black ink for the black suit. Cracking on here. I want to have fun, but I also want to get this done. I'm conscious that it's going to be another busy week coming up, and I'm kind of in that almost jittery vibe where it's like, I've got to get things done. I've got to get things done. In reality, I don't need to panic yet. It's only Saturday. But experience of the last few weeks, I don't know when something extra is going to land on my plate. So good to be ahead of the game in case something does. And if it doesn't, well, that's all good too. It just gives me a little more time to relax at the end of the week. Right, block. Now we spade stamp. Oops. Put over that side, just my preference. I like it to be in the top left-hand corner. Let's go diagonal, just for fun. And there's our wee spade. Right, and I'm going to put the stamp away where it lives so I don't lose it like I've lost the diamond. Yeah, I have written it off now. The diamond has gone. It's, if it turns up in 10 years time, great, but I'm not expecting it to turn up anytime. Okay, just a wee sip of my cup of tea. We've done the 3 of spades. Actually, do I want to do the rectangle pocket on the card? I'm thinking I might do that actually. But first we're going to collage this. This loose bit of scrapbook paper just happened to be sitting down there. I'm thinking what else, because all the pieces of paper that are out of that same pad are going to actually not clash. Let's see what's in my... I don't have to use all scrapbook paper though, it can be other bits of paper, just as long as scrapbook paper's in there somewhere. Here's another bit of scrapbook paper. To me that does not go together, so that's clashing. Oh, this is more of a almost cardstock weight. It's thicker. We could perhaps make the pocket out of that. It's scrapbook paper. And then I've got a couple of scraps there. Okay, I think we can work with something. To me, this is completely clashy. It does not belong together. But we're gonna make it. So the purple's going to be the pocket. Have to choose which side. I think the lacy side. Maybe we'll start with a strip of the green. So, how's your weekend? Or how was your weekend, I should say, because I'm in the early phases. It's only Saturday afternoon. We had a really relaxed Saturday morning, just very low-key. Both of us are quite tired, so we just knew we needed something fairly quiet for the weekend. Just recouping some energy, resting, enjoying some downtime. So that's what we've done this morning. We had to duck out at lunchtime for a short time to pick up some produce for the food bank and deliver that to the food bank. So that took all of like probably 15 minutes max. So it wasn't a problem. We had a slightly earlier lunch because of the timing of when we needed to pick up the produce. So hubby's went down for a nap a bit earlier than normal, which is good. It's just been super busy. He's been busy at work. As you know, I've been busy. So yeah, you just get to the point where you just know you need to be a bit quieter. Have a rest. Do nothing essentially. Like doing nothing is good. Okay, maybe I'll put this on next. Let's just do maybe down about there. Maybe a bit shorter. Now I'm thinking, because I like that torn edge, do we want to put this actually underneath it? And I'm going to. Okay, so I'm just going to tear a section, chop it off, just to make it easier to deal with. And let's go about there. So I just want to trim around it slightly. So I'm not gluing on bits I don't need to. So let's glue that on. So I'm down to business. I'm often racing. It will take me a little bit longer to fulfill the something wet prompt, although I just had an idea occur to me that could be fun. Depends whether what I've got in mind will actually fit. Might be a bit large, but we'll take a look at it because I think it would be rather cute if it does work. All will be revealed, my friends. Oops. I could do all the trimming all at once, but I just like to see the edges so I know where to line things up. Just my preference. And then that can go right across there. Amazes me. These things do not go together, and yet I'm actually finding that I like the look of it. Like, it doesn't seem like an eyesore. The magic of collage, don't you think? Just how these random bits that you wouldn't normally pair together just actually seem to work somehow. Of course, we haven't put the purple on yet, so that might change things a little. My scissors need a jolly good clean now, and I haven't got a wet wipe out, so they'll just have to stay dirty for the moment. Okay, now our rectangle pocket. Don't mind me, I'm just kind of thinking, processing. Maybe, won't mark it, I'll just use the wing as a guide for where I want to cut it. Just where the wing goes off the edge of the paper is what I'm aiming for. And because this is, you know, weighty enough, I don't need to reinforce the top. It will be fine as is. Okay, that bottom is not straight. It curves a little bit. So I'm just going to see See if I can straighten it up a little bit. I haven't inked around it yet. I'll do that off camera. I don't need to do it now. Okay, so I do want to trim this to the right size though. And I can round the corners once it's glued on. Okay. Do I want a wee thumb notch? Maybe I want a wee thumb notch. Let's do it. Eyeballing the middle-ish. There we go. Actually, I might ink the top of the pocket is what I will do. Just getting things out my way. So just a very simple rectangle pocket going on there. Okay, so I just need to curve the glue at the corners because I'll be trimming the corners off. Oops. Unclog the glue first. Might work better. There we go. And just doing a bit of a curve in the bottom corners. Cool. Lid on the glue. So we've covered a lot of that bottom piece of paper. That's all right. Still got a peep of it showing. Okay, so yes, it's definitely clashing. I would consider that as clashing, but somehow it actually is okay. Right, now for something wet. So we've done the rectangle pocket, we have done clash it, and we've done scrapbook paper. So now we need to do something wet. And what I have in mind is my little children's book here. There's a few images where the animals are in the water or playing with water. So I thought that might be rather cute as long as they're not too big. Like there's these, obviously that's way too big. We could use the mouse. That actually might be quite cute. I really need to change out my mat. It's deteriorating. My blue background mat there. Dolphin's too big. Wee duck, but it's a wee bit small. Just keeping my hand in there. Actually, that fish might work. Let's tear that page out and see what we can do. Okay, trim it along the bottom there. I really like the other side of the image with the little dragonfly and the flower, so I'll preserve that, as I will the fox and the fish there. They'll be for something else, go in my stash. Now, how am I going to do this? Just kind of going to loosely cut around there, because I'm wondering whether I can do the fish down the bottom on the pocket and then the frog sitting inside the pocket. Do you think that will work? Let's try it. Where to cut it? Bit of fussy cutting coming up, guys. They make me smile, these characters. They're cute. It's what you want in a children's book, isn't it? Cute. Well, I think. Other things have their place, like for teaching and stuff. And this is a teaching book. But I think you can't go wrong with cute. Happy, lovely, sweet, captivating, colourful, all those wonderful things that children really do gravitate to. Kind of struggling with where to kind of cut to make it look all right. We could even have him poking up over the top, but I think we'll put him down here. And the purple background kind of works. I think it's okay. Right, so I'm going to glue. I'm not going to ink this fishy. I'm not actually sure whether to call it a him or a her. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to call it fishy. Cute little fishy. Sorry, I do apologise if I was off screen there. Just realised I'm sort of below my mark where I'm trying to keep within. Just leave a bit of that purple border around there as well. So that's something wet, and now I want to, because we've got a chunk out where the fish's eyes were, and that's why I'm thinking if I tuck it into the pocket, it might still work. Not sure how much of this I want to retain, so I'm going to err on the side of leaving a bit more attached at the moment. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. It'll be too tall. So let's just kind of take around the grass. I'm not going to leave the bulrushes in. I'm going to trim those off. Around the peaks. Okay, now could actually put him in the pocket. So the thumb notch is kind of under where his body is sitting, right in the middle there. Does that look a bit funny, or has he better like off to one of the sides? I like him in the middle, so why not? Let's just put him in the middle. And it will disguise those little divots at the bottom where the eyes were, the fish's eyes. Fishy eyeballs. Or eyelids, actually, because his eyes are closed. His, hers, whatever. Pop you in the middle. So we got very little of that paper showing, but that's okay. No biggie. If we didn't have that there, we would have a red background from the cat food box, and that wouldn't be ideal either. I've got glue on my fingers, which in fragments of little tiny fragments of paper, just very annoying and doesn't feel that nice. Okay, do I want the fireflies? Might go in my collage box. I'll worry about that after the video. Okay, I know I said I'd do it off camera, but I just need to ink it to see whether I need to add anything else. won't show up on this dark green. So just a quick little flick around there. I'll check the time too. We might make a little something to go in the pocket if we've got time. Okay, just quick ink. So we've done the something wet. Okay. So we've essentially got two things wet, because a frog, you could argue, is going to be wet normally. Word. Oh, I've got sun, sand, surf, sea. It's not really that kind of scene, is it? Peace. It's kind of a very peaceful scene. The fish looks peaceful. Sorry, I know I'm casting a shadow right there. Actually, do I want to put all of those on there? Why not? That's not something I've done, so why not use all of those stamped words? Peace, 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 peace. Is that silly? Second guessing myself now. Let's take one of them. Yeah, just one. I'm also thinking, do I want to add a little bit of, now that I've thought of that, I'm going to trim this down, because if I add some faux washi, could add regular washi, but I'm thinking faux washi because I could get it to clash a little bit more than if I used actual washi tape. I could choose one of my faux washi strips out that actually clashes with what's going on, just to amp up that clash factor. Because you might as well like go all in, don't you think? Well, I think. Okay, let's see what we might like to go clashing with. Kind of clashes. Do we want something? Oh, this is pretty. Sorry, getting into a mess here, sticking to each other. This is glass, red glass. It's super pretty. I think I like the blue. It clashes, but it's not like super clashy. It kind of ties in the bottom, if you get what I mean. Like it. Now, do I want it right across, or do I just want it under the word? I think just under the word. So I'll glue that on first. And this is also a better width to use as a background layer behind the word, like a frame. Okay, so I've still got a decent length of that for something else. Now comes the fun part, trying to peel off the backing. Don't look at my fingers, they're grubby from the glue and the paper and everything, and the ink. Come on, it's the hardest part. There we go. Just getting it started. It's definitely the hardest part. And just going to pop you there, and then it gives the frog something to look at. So, because he was like looking off into the space, but now he's looking at the word piece. So that makes me happy. Fun, like quite simple but fun. And we've got our pocket. So time check. We have time. Let's make something to go in the pocket. So I'm going to try and keep, I think, do I want to keep the prompts for the something? It might be a bit much. Might be a bit much. Unless we went for like this. Let's do that. Okay, just going to go about where that flower is, I think. About there. And straighten the bottom because I just roughly cut it when I did it before. So now we've got straight edges. And what do we want to do? Sideways flowers? Would it matter? Won't matter. Won't matter at all. Okay. I'm going to round the corners on it. This is not part of the challenge, doing something to go in the pocket, but I felt like, why not? We've got time. Okay, so I like on fold out journal cards quite often to do where the fold is as well, because it just creates an interesting shape and little detail. So I like doing that. Give it an ink around, and I feel I need to put a bit of book page. Like I haven't used any book page today in this project, and I'm feeling the need, my friends, feeling the need. Okay, once we've inked around it, of course. So I will ink the back off camera. That's about the only inking it's turning out that I will do off camera. Alright, and I also want to do the inside of this. Do we want to stencil the inside of this? We could. We could do that same teardrop stencil in blue, and it would sort of be a nod to that clash again, unexpected colour combination. I don't know what journal I would use this in. If I ever do use these in a journal, I don't know if once I get to the end whether I'll be able to break them up and use them. We'll see. I might be quite happy to dispense with them and distribute them into journals or Happy Mail or something. I really don't know. I just know that I can't wait to see them all, you know, a full set. I think that's going to be quite fun. Right, so it could actually go in the pocket this way or this way. So I need to decide which way I'm putting it, so when I decorate it, it's just lifting a little bit there. Let's glue that down so it doesn't get damaged. Just needs a tiny wee dot of glue. There we go. So when I decorate it, whatever I put on it's the right way up. Book page or music. Here's some lovely yellowy paper, very crunchy. Just gonna tear about there. I think I'll go right in the middle, and I am going to tacky glue this. I've covered over my glue pages, and I'm not going to bother shifting things just so I can use the glue stick. That's called laziness, my friends. Pure laziness. Okay. So remember the wee duck we had in this book? I'm wondering whether the wee duck might be what we need to follow along with the something wet octopus. So crayfish or a lobster, depending where you're from, what you call it. Wee crab. The wee crab actually would be cute, but he's very similar to the colours. Hippo playing with a hose. It's a bit big though. Or what about the wee mouse in the leaf boat? Let's do that. I want to preserve the waves along the bottom of the boat though. Yep. Annoys me when I try to put something in the rubbish and it just falls straight back out. It's like, really, I don't enjoy doing things 10 times over. Just behave, would you? Okay, need to just, I think, tear that off. Perhaps it would have been better if I'd fussy tore that, but it is what it is. And I'll fussy tear the edge here. So we've got straight, you know, cut lines top and bottom. Actually, can I tear that? I'm going to give it a go. Sorry, I just realised I was probably a bit low on camera there. Out of camera frame maybe. Whoops, I just tore the tip of his ear off. Sorry, wee guy. All in the name of art, I assure you. And then let's tear that. Maybe tear, I think the shape's a bit weird, so that's cute. I didn't tear it very well, but it's okay. It's fine. Okay. Do I want a word on that? Again, to give the mouse something to look at. I think so. Thinking something along that sort of size. I do have other words that are from that same set. They're lowercase. They're from the same set, but they're different. There's the piece. We'll put brave. Brave mouse in his leaf boat. Hugs. It's not really a huggy scene, I don't think. Courage. Courage in his boat. Yeah, let's go courage. So I'm going to use more of this faux washi again. Oi! Excuse me. Smokey, go away. Go on, go home. You don't belong here. Toad, it's the next door neighbour's cat, helping himself to our cat food. He's still eating. He's not listening to me. Smokey, go home. Just threw a little Scrabble tile in his direction. He hasn't gone out yet. Smokey, go away, please. Excuse me while I just wrangle the neighbour's kid. No, I need to cut it down. It's too big for that gap. And also I didn't glue the word on straight. So let's just fix that while we're at it. That's better. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's better. He has now gone out. Naughty boy. I was like, because I heard the biscuits being eaten. He's quite a noisy eater, and I was like, oh, is that Puss? No, Puss is on the back of the couch. Kelly's up behind me. Snuggles is in the bedroom napping with her daddy. So I knew then, process of elimination, all our cats are accounted for. It's our neighbour's boy. In some ways I don't blame him, because their dog is eating his cat food. But it's like, yeah, no, you go home, you eat your own. I feel like stenciling, so I'm going to stencil. Just to finish it off. Where's the ink? Did I put it away? Oh, yeah. Just grabbed out the manganese blue. And I'm just going to do the one colour and kind of leave it patchy, so it's heavier in places and lighter in other. And that's how I'll get the variation, rather than using two colours. Just because I think we are, you know, drawing this video to a close, really. So I didn't want to take too long doing that. Okay, so we've made our faux playing card, the 3 of spades. And we've got a rectangle shaped pocket on the front there. We have something wet. We have scrapbook paper. And I think you would agree it's definitely clashing. But I think it still kind of works in a weird way. Just fun. And then we made a little extra, just a wee folding journal card to tuck into that pocket. Look, the frog's eyes just peek over the top. So maybe we'll just not push that all the way down in the pocket. I think having the eyeballs half peep over the top is a little bit weird. So there we go. That's what I've made today. I would love to see what you make for this challenge. You can post it in Visual Vibes, my Facebook group. You can put it on Instagram and tag the Deal It Up challenge, or you can tag me, VisualisedNZ, or you could even email it to me. So there we go, guys. Have fun with it. I hope you give it a go. Thanks for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.